The relationship between Brady material and the doctrine of inevitable discovery in the criminal justice system of Miami, Florida, is nuanced but essential for understanding how evidence is handled in criminal proceedings. Brady material refers to the constitutional obligation of the prosecution to disclose to the defense any evidence favorable to the accused that is material to guilt or punishment, including evidence that could exonerate the defendant or mitigate their responsibility. This obligation comes from the Supreme Court case Brady v. Maryland and is designed to ensure a fair trial by preventing the prosecution from withholding evidence that could benefit the defense. The doctrine of inevitable discovery, on the other hand, is an exception to the exclusionary rule for illegally obtained evidence. It allows certain evidence, even if initially obtained unlawfully, to be admitted at trial if it can be shown that the evidence would have been inevitably discovered by lawful means. In other words, if the prosecution can prove that the evidence would have been found anyway through proper procedures, it will not be excluded. When the defense is the party discovering evidence, the relationship between these two doctrines takes on particular significance. In Florida's criminal system, the defense faces fewer restrictions regarding the collection of evidence, as the public interest in sanctioning misconduct by the defense is considered less than that of the prosecution. U.S. and comparative jurisprudence generally allow the defense to use evidence even if it was obtained irregularly, prioritizing the right to prove the defendant's innocence. However, if the defense obtains evidence that the prosecution could also have discovered inevitably through legal means, the prosecution might argue that such evidence should be admitted under the inevitable discovery doctrine, even if it was first presented by the defense. In summary, Brady material requires the prosecution to disclose favorable evidence to the defense, while the doctrine of inevitable discovery allows for the admission of evidence that would have been found legally, even if initially obtained improperly. When the defense discovers evidence, the prosecution may invoke the inevitable discovery doctrine to have that evidence admitted, as long as it can be shown that it would have been found anyway through lawful means.